Hello, today I will read Numbers chapter 31. In chapter 30 it was about vows and the husband or the father for a daughter that is not married yet and is still living in her father's house. The father and the husband, they have the power to accept or to deny uh, the woman or the daughter vows uh, and promises, or yeah. Okay, now let's continue with the chapter 31. The Lord said to Moses, "Take vengeance on the Midianites or for the Israelites. After that you will be gathered to your people." Midianites, I think it was, there were some, Abraham, they were from Abraham, I think, Medan and Midian. Abraham had another wife, Keturah, and that Keturah had another sons, and the Midianites, maybe they should not be destroyed, but because of what they did, to the Israelites, and not just, they were not with God, even if it still left some that Balaam, or but Balaam, I don't know if it was a Midianite or okay. Now let's continue. After that you will be gathered to your people. So Moses said to the people, "Arm some of your men to go to war against the Midianites and to carry out the Lord's vengeance on them. Send into battle 1,000 men, from each of the tribes of Israel. So 12,000 men are armed for battle. Just 12,000, and they were maybe 600,000. They were 603,000. 1,000 from each tribe were supplied from the clans of Israel. Moses sent them into battle, 1,000 from each tribe, along with Phinehas, son of Eleazar the priest, who took with him articles from the sanctuary and the trumpets for signaling. Very interesting. The priest was there too. I mean, the religion and the priest, they should be in other place, and the war with the military other place, but no, look, they were together. They fought against Midian, as the Lord commanded Moses, and killed every man. Among their victims were Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the 5 kings of Midian. They also killed Balaam, son of Beor, with the sword. Balaam, it was that prophet, I think, yeah. The Israelis captured the Midianite women and children, and took all the Midianite herds, flocks, and goods as plunder. They burned all the towns where the Midianites had settled, as well as all their camps. They took all the plunder and spoils, including the people and animals, and brought the captives, spoils and plunder to Moses and Eleazar the priest, and the Israelite assembly at their camp on the plains of Moab by the Jordan across from Jericho. Moses, Eleazar the priest, and all the leaders of the community went to meet them outside the camp. Moses was angry with the officers of the army, the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds, who returned from the battle. "Have you allowed all the women to live?" he asked them. They were the ones who followed Balaam's advice and were the means of turning the Israelites away from the Lord in what happened at Peor, so that a plague struck the Lord's people. Now kill all the boys, and kill every woman who has slept with a man, but save for yourselves every girl who has never slept with a man. So they should verify if they were a virgin or not. It was very weird, and yeah. All of you who have killed anyone or touched anyone who was killed must stay outside the camp 7 days. On the 3rd and 7th day, you must purify yourselves and your captives. Why just on the 3rd and 7th day? Purify every garment as well as everything made of leather, goat hair, or wood. Then Eleazar the priest said to the soldiers who had gone into battle, "This is the requirement of the law that the Lord gave Moses. Gold, silver, bronze, iron, tin, lead, and anything else that can withstand fire must be put through the fire, and then it will be clean." Cleaning with fire, wow. By melting. But it must also be purified with the water of cleansing. And whatever cannot withstand fire must be put through that water. On the 7th day, wash your clothes, and you will be clean. Then you may come into the camp. So yeah, without any blood on your clothes, on your body. It was rules for hygienic rules or something. The Lord said to Moses, "You and Eleazar the priest and the family heads of the community are to count all the people and animals that were captured. Divide the spoils between the soldiers who took part in the battle and the rest of the community." So it was very fast in how it's related here. Go to the war, and they had already been victorious. They Divide the spoils between the soldiers who took part in the battle and the rest of the community. From the soldiers who fought in the battle, set apart as tribute for the Lord, one out of every 500, whether persons, cattle, donkeys, sheep or goats. Take this tribute for their half, one out of every 500. So 1 of 500. Take this tribute for their half share and give it to Eleazar the priest as the Lord's part. From the Israelites' half, select 1 out of every 50. So half it was like that, and half it was one out of every 50, whether persons, cattle, donkeys, sheep, goats, or other animals. Give them to the Levites, who are responsible for the care of the Lord's tabernacle. So Eleazar, one out, and then So Moses and Eleazar the priest did as the Lord commanded Moses. The plunder remaining from the spoils that the soldiers took was 6,075 sheep, 72,000 cattle, 61,000 donkeys, and 32,000 women who had never slept with a man. The half share of those who fought in the battle was 337,500 sheep, of which the tribute for the Lord was 675. 36,000 cattle, of which the tribute for the Lord was 72. 30,500 donkeys, of which the tribute of the Lord was 16,000 people, of which the tribute for the Lord was 32. Moses gave the tribute to Eleazar the priest as the Lord's part, as the Lord commanded Moses. The half belonging to the Israelites, which Moses set apart from that fighting set apart from that of the fighting man, the community's half was 337,500 sheep, 36,000 cattle, 30,500 donkeys, and 16,000 of people. From the Israelites' half, Moses selected out one out of every 50 persons and animals, as the Lord commanded him, and gave them to the Levites, who were responsible for the care of the Lord's tabernacle. Then the officers who were over the units of the army, the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds, went to Moses and said to him, "Your servants have counted the soldiers under our command, and not one is missing." Wow! A war that no one from the Israelites died, because they listened to the God in every detail. And if you do that, there is no fall down, and not one is missing. So we have brought as an offering to the Lord the gold articles each of us acquired: armlets, bracelets, signet rings, earrings, and necklaces, to make atonement for ourselves before the Lord. Moses and Eleazar the priest accepted from them the gold, all the crafted articles, all the gold from the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds that Moses and Eleazar presented as a gift to the Lord, weighted 16,750 shekels. Shekels. Each soldier had taken plunder for himself. Moses and Eleazar the priest accepted the gold from the commanders of thousands and commanders of hundreds and brought it into the tent of meeting as a memorial for the Israelites before the Lord. So yeah, it was very interesting. They went to the war and they should pay taxes. They should share their plunder to with the Levites, with the other people, with yeah, because there is still a community, all the Israelis, and not just the soldiers who went to the war. They should take everything because they were still. It's like Romanian soldiers are fighting for a new territory to, yeah, but it's not nowadays. They are not doing that anymore. Or I, yeah, Russia with Ukraine or something there. I don't know, but and all the shares should be all the plunder, all the yeah. Should be shared with all the people and with the priesthood, yeah, they are, and yeah, it was very interesting because it's a victory for, like, it's a victory for our country, and we should feel that. And how do you feel that if you don't get a gift from what from that victory or something like that? And yeah, being a community as a one, it's about unity and so on. Okay, in that like one body, in that each person, each have its role, have yeah, and they are helping each other. One person is a medic, a doctor, one is a military, one is a judge, one is a lawyer, one is a a school teacher, one is a police officer, one is a worker, industry worker, or a commerciant, or so everyone they have yeah, that's the community. Like our body and every organism, the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears, the hands, and all the body is important. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and enlighten me in the next chapter too. And what we can learn from here is the unity thing, and yeah, and we should give our share to the Lord too, and never forget that, because God helped us in everything. Okay, that was the chapter. May the God bless me, protect me, and enlighten me in the next chapter too. And if you want to listen me there too, God bless you all, and goodbye.